It said Little Raheem. You just don't know. The way you move so fast across the floor. Give me that song, Jill. You heard me, G? Oh boy, that getting smacked. Nothing you owe that getting smacked. It's alright. Nah, you. Nigga, I got the ball.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Go. Go.
They run. Cook. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league. It's told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down.
It's a finish.
40 got. 40 got.
From the red zone now, Stafford. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. T.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Hatchet. Watch out.
Hey, seam 6.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
First carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. It's a foot race. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there out of Cook. 46 yards.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First down and goal to go.
Set. Blue 60.
Hey, pick your game up.
Hey, easy, shot.
They'll run with Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now Cook. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Oh, this Josh Jones.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Cook. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. From the 27, Trubisky. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Green Bay.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Hey, tight down.
On first down, Muhammad. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
out.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he completes it to Westbrook. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
On first down, Muhammad. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Trubisky to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will knot us up at 10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at
Don't slow down. Set. 180. 22. 70.
On first down, it's Stafford. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Kenny Young, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Damn, boy, these shit's tight.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Yellow 80! Yellow 80! They're running it. Hey, 54. Hey, high 7. High 70. Hey, watch the ball. Check. Look at him.
Third and long, it's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Shit lagging.
So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Check 18.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So backed up closer to the danger zone here from the 2. This is second and long. Here's Muhammad. And the defense obviously expecting run as well as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Look at this, a tight end carry. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Matt Weil now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. This is a pretty good kick. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
I just need field goal now, dog.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, you know, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we're at halftime of the 2019 opener from Chicago as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
My internet good. Yo shit, the one they say use it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shane Ray gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Ran, go. Spot. No.
Now Trubisky. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check.
Now Trubisky to throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
you can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's taken down inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Butker on for the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Bears 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
11. Bravo.
Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Colby Listenby, 72 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
This nigga said I had a YouTube scheme, bro. Only thing I did was curl, flat, and street 2 guys. Yo head's the one that thought I was doing an out. Why would I turn off my stream? I'm not a bum. You don't want to think you can fucking score on me 24/7.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 18-yard line.
Stop! 180! 53, Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On 2nd down now, Muhammad. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Watch the twist. 53 to Mike. 53. Check it out.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
180. And middle. Oh, here.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. T.J. Watt bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Let me try to do a corner route. Since you can do corner routes, let me try that.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Colby Listenby already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. As the Bears push further out in front.
Well, I got to use this game is good.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
I scored my corner routes while he struggled. Speed fast, Aaron Rodgers. You don't need to throw 40 touchdown passes for your team to win.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
First down, Green Bay.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
To D.D. Westbrook. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check.
Again, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Six. Pull it high. Go.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Single.
Now it's Trubisky. Looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's got Jack Doyle. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
I can't get no look shit like that.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Muhammad. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. The Packers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Trubisky will throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Blue 60. All right, T, let's try. All right, T. 22.
On first down, Stafford here. Got a man, that's Richie James. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
At the Packers' 38-yard line.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete. Wow. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Move. Check 52. Hurry. Monday. Hey, box truck. Hey, easy. Stop.
To throw is Stafford. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Trubisky to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he's got his man. That's Landry. Give him 15 there. The Packers have a first.
Lock in.
Throwing now is Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Steve McClendon in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, but it'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be